This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everybody, welcome. Welcome to Performance Testing Using NeoLoad by Isha Training Solutions. Yeah. I will just give a quick short introduction about who we are, what we are doing, right? Let me show you, walk you through this part. Yeah. So about Isha is a training solution run by the industry experts, right? We are pioneers of performance testing and engineering, and all the trainers that who deliver sessions are certified professionals, right? And in fact, they are certified professionals and experts in their own, uh, you know, uh, tools or in there. Yeah, and we are delivering trainings across the globe, right? Helping learners around the globe. And this is all about me, right? I'm Naveen Kumar Manawala. I have over 4 years of experience in only performance testing. I'm currently located in Bangalore. Right? I have worked across various domains like retail, healthcare, life science, logistics, telecom, right? And I'm still expanding my horizon here. I have over 400 hours of live training experience and currently associated with Isha. Okay, and this is my credentials. Yeah, and I've acquired it in the early 2019, and you can see that I am certified expert here. Maybe I will just yeah, I'm not a professional, I'm a certified expert in Neo, right? So why NeoLoad, right? NeoLoad, I think most of us have already been informed. NeoLoad is a continuous performance testing platform. It offers a powerful codeless design, right? And typically in NeoLoad, you'll be able to record, script, enhance, develop, and go for execution at least 4 times faster than the other existing tools that are in the market, right? It is very simple and intuitive. We will be looking at what NeoLoad has to offer, and definitely it has the APM and CI/CD integrations, and it supports API testing, cloud testing, and mobile app testing, right? What are the course highlights of this particular course, right? This course is designed to meet the certification requirements. That is, if you if you learn this all the hands-on, you'll be able to clear NeoLoad professional certification without any issues. We will help you to get you that certification, right? There is going to be a rigorous hands-on, right? We will be looking at lots of examples, and extensively we are going to only look at hands-on, right? So what are we going to learn from this course? uh, General, we will just touch base on the performance testing concepts. I think most of you are already know what a what is a performance testing, and performance testing basics a little bit there, right? And all the other only till this part is where the the theory part will be there, right? Even from types of performance testing modules, right? All these parts we will be only handling or looking at the hands-on, right? So when I say this, let me just show you what we have done in the previous batch, right? So let me open this, and I'll be able to show you what all the things that we have learned, right? So let it load. So NeoLoad modules we will be looking at. So there are 3 different modules that I'll walk you through. How we are going to record, develop, enhance this one script. When I say enhancements, there is going to be parameterization, correlation, validation, error handling, exception handling, all and so on, right? um, uh, how we are going to set up a scenario, right, and execute it using runtime. And we are also going to look at results analysis. Yeah. So yeah, now this has loaded, right? So we will be looking at these are the different types of scripts that we are going to work on, right? I will also open up the course content just to give you the idea, right? This is the content and the time that is associated with it, right? So the first three segments is just a theory part, right? We will move into the components of NeoLoad, where I'll be explaining you all the, this design, runtime, results, right? And we'll be looking at how to record a user path, components of a user path. We'll be discussing on the scripting standards, flagging a request, all of these features. And NeoLoad offers, so when we say correlation, NeoLoad has 4 different types of correlations, right? So if you see here, the correlation topic, there are like auto correlation, automatic configuration, variable extractor in a simple mode, in an advanced mode, right? All of these we will be doing a hands-on. You see this AC is of auto correlation, this is of auto configuration, this is a manual correlation, and this is a something of a request edit, and this is of advanced correlation, right? All of this we will be creating a separate script, and I'll be walking you through as a hands-on, right? And not just this, so as we progress into the session, we will be looking at the validations or the assertions, or it's also called as checkpoints. Yeah. And we will be looking at a little bit on the framework parameters that we will discuss, and building a population. Yes, so population is where you'll be grouping certain set of user paths or scripts, and in population we will largely involved with in creating different settings, different types of populations, right? These are the things that we will be looking into hands-on. And monitoring, this will help you to how to add a typical monitors, right? These are the servers that you are going to monitor, right? We will just look at few examples and what are the counters that are involved with these monitors, right? And runtime is where we will set up a scenario and then execute. So if we say, we all know, right, there are like different types of performance testing that are involved. You see this load testing, stress testing, spec testing, all of this, right? In practicality, we'll be looking at it. You see this this part where you can see all different types of tests and why it is being used, and when one should use what type of execution, right? These will be looking at, and we will be working with multiple executions, and we will also be analyzing, right? So some tests uh, with errors, some tests without errors. You see this, some purposely we will put into some errors into it, how to do a ramp up, ramp down. There is going to be a lot of how you can have a comparison report, something like this. Extensively we'll be looking into the um, hands-on part. Yeah, fine. So we'll get back to the these slides. Okay. So results analysis I have, yeah. So scripting standards, will be talking like what all the standards one should incorporate when that person has to develop the script. This can be applicable in also other tools, right? These standards are not just only associated with NeoLoad, but it is kind of a concept. It can be incorporated with other tools as well. Okay. Business and data constraints. So since I have worked with multiple domains, I have a fair idea on what are the constraints that one business is having. I will be giving insights on that, right? So healthcare will have a different purpose and objective. Retail have a completely a different part, right? And we'll be also discussing something from intermediate to advanced concepts. Yes. And logical actions. So when I say logical actions, these are the logical actions that I'm looking at. Okay. So there is going to be a lot of delay, loop, while, if then else, all of these we will be doing it in hands-on. You see this loop, while loop, JavaScript. We will also learn how to write a code, custom code in using a JavaScript, right? All of this, and rendezvous point, while loop, and more, some more into um, uh, ideas. All right. And yes, so as I said, we'll be writing a simple code using a JavaScript. And yes, I will also we will also cover the web services or API part. Okay. Also, I'll be sharing an idea on the Fiddler. Fiddler is just the network monitoring tool, how we can create a custom request using Fiddler. Yeah, just a moment. Yeah. So to get started with the NeoLoad modules, there are three types of modules, right? Design, runtime, and results. Okay. So design is involved with creating, developing, enhancing the test scripts, and runtime is all about setting up the scenario and executing the tests. Results for the analysis part. So this is what design is. See this design, and in design you'll be having user paths, population, monitors, and each tab will have a different specific purpose. And user paths is all about, we are going to create test scripts.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So what will be the overall duration of this session?
The overall duration would be around 25 hours.
Okay, so if you start now, I think continuously it will go, or how is it?
Yes, weekdays.
Okay, every week the same time, huh?
Hello.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is Sai Kumar.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, this course is, it is right time to discuss about doubts. First of all,
Sorry.
it is right time to discuss about doubts. I mean, what we have doubts later.
Yes. Yeah. We will discuss on this little later towards the end of the session. I will.
Yeah, they're waiting for that part, so that's why I'm asking you.
Right. We will. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll discuss end of this session. Okay.
Yes, I will. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So let me continue with the discussion. Yeah. So yeah. So I was just walking you through the design part, and under design we were just discussing on the user path. So this is where we'll be creating and developing the scripts, right? Population, as I said, it is all about grouping a certain set of user paths, okay, which will we will discuss on the why we are group it, right? For example, all the managers, there are different user roles are also involved in any applications, right? So if you take a recent this application called Procto, I think everybody knows about it. So Procto is a platform which facilitates between a client and a doctor, correct? So there is already a two different user roles, right? And these user roles will have a different set of objectives or different set of um, limitations, and their purpose will be very different, right? Maybe a client or a customer or even a patient can only send a request. He can send a request or an appointment, something like that. A doctor can accept it, or he can reschedule it, or he can even say, he can even reject it, right? Similarly, there is going to be different methods that we will also be looking at in discussing on workload modeling and distribution. Okay, as I said, monitors is all about monitoring the server part. Yeah, and this is what we are going to look into the design. Yeah, in runtime, we will be designing various types of tests, right, from the smoke test, load test, peak endurance, scalability, and we'll be discussing on what is the difference, what is the purpose, right, why we are going to use these different parts. Okay, and also these are the different other parts that we'll be discussing, and this will be only be enabled when we are actually going for the execution. It won't be enabled now. Yeah. Sorry about that. So again, in delay, we are going to look into the results. We will be looking into all these transactions, how we can don't get overwhelmed by this. All these transactions we will look into, and these are the different graphs that are involved, and we will be learning how to create different dashboards where you can uh, further drill down and analyze what needs to be done, right, and how one can export this and create a very beautiful report. Okay, at the end of the day, it is all about the reporting, right? um, so after scripting, after execution, so how how one should present these reports, right, to the client or to the stakeholders, right? These are the parts that we will be discussing. Okay, I would also like to show a little bit um, on the JavaScript. When I say JavaScript, we can also so we will be starting from very basics, and then we will be slowly ramping up to a uh, in a decent part. Okay, so this is a sample type of JavaScript that I have written. Okay, what it does is it will capture all the so this is a real-time application which I have worked on. What it does is it will capture a lot of values, runtime values, and then we are going to write it into a file. Okay, similarly we will be looking at simple uh, coding part, right? We will start with the small part, and then we will slowly ramp up. Okay, now I will create a sample uh, project. Okay, just to show you a simple recording of the tool. Okay, so this is the home page that you will see. Okay, and I'm going to start a recording. So I can click this to bring up the recording window, or I can click here. See this? I'll start it. Okay. Now here I can change the name. I just simply give the applications that we are going to record, and I have an option. So these are the list of browsers that are available in my system. Okay, I can select any browser. Okay, for now I will stick to Internet Explorer, and I will check all these. Okay, we are going to delete cookies and clear cache. Okay, we will
Hello.
be looking. Yeah,
Navid, here you have mentioned that the browsers, right? That is related to internal system related, either browser default settings. The internet. So you have seen that 4 browsers, right?
right.
These are related to system. I mean, in my system, if I install only 2 browsers, means it will show only 2. Either it will show 4.
No, whatever the browsers that are being involved or installed in
Okay.
your system, it will show up here. Okay.
So
All
this is
right.
related to system pop-up part. You need to say, right? Suppose if I install in my system only Mozilla Firefox only, so it will show only Mozilla Firefox.
It will show only Firefox.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. So I'm just going ahead with Internet Explorer. and I'll just click OK, right? After I click OK, what it will create
Sorry,
one.
Naveen, I'm disturbing
Yeah,
you. So I just wanted to know even NeoLoad supports SAPGUI, right? Because I saw SAPGUI tab there.
right, it does. SAP web.
No, I saw SAPGUI.
Yes, yeah, GUI also, yeah, it supports.
Decline.
Okay, fine. Let me continue. So what we are actually seeing here is an instance that is created by NeoLoad. This is an Internet Explorer instance, right? And here what we are seeing is the recording bar. Okay, and you see this transaction part, and here all the containers that are there. This we will discuss on this a little extensively later. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch my application. So I'll just feed in the transaction here. Okay, I can simply click, since I have been using this, it is already there, or I can paste the copy and paste the URL right here. Okay, now I'm just clicking on this, so which will load the application. Okay, we have to wait until the application has loaded, so that all the requests will get recorded in this container. Okay, now I'm going to change my transaction. Okay, let's say I'm going to click fish. See this, I'm just going to simply click the fish. Okay, now after I click the fish, what I'm doing, I'm going to click angel fish. Okay, see this angel fish, simply click here. Okay, let's say I'm selecting an item. Okay, select this item. Now I just change my mind and I just want to go to home page. Okay, right? So this is a retail, right? It is kind of an e-commerce website, right? I think 99 or 98% of the traffic are just window shoppers, right? That means they will just open the site, they'll just browse something, and they'll just close it. So this is called as unauthorized workflow. That means the user, whoever has logged in, we do not know, or that that particular user is not identified. Okay, so that is the kind of workflow which I have just recorded right now. After recording, I will just press the stop button. After stop button, this is the post recording wizard that I've got. Okay, and I can see these are the hosts that got recorded here. Okay, I just want the I'd like to retain only the host that I would want to keep it. Okay, these are the part that is not required. You see this is a tile service weather, and you see there's some DG certification, and there could be Google APIs, Facebook, LinkedIn, or many other things would also load when we are actually working on the real-time projects. Okay, these are not required, so I will just uncheck this. Okay, I'm going to click next. Okay, I'm going to change this part. Okay, see this search for dynamic parameters. For now, I'm going to skip this. I'll click next. I'm just going to use the recorded think time as it is, right? I'll just click next, and then I'll click on finish. So this is how we'll be able to record a simple workflow. Okay, so when expanding this user path, you can see there are three containers. Okay, this is of very similar to the LoadRunner. So in LoadRunner also you can see like there is going to be an init, action, and end, right? So we have given actions as the container. So all the recordings has gone into this, and in each, these are the transactions. Okay, in each transactions we'll be able to see the web page that is involved to record, that is involved, and you can also see the list of requests that are involved in that particular transaction. Okay, so catalog is the main request. After this catalog, followed by all of these are embedded resources. Okay, when I say embedded resources, these are non-HTML resources, right? GIFs, JS, CSS, images, icons, WAFs, all these are of belongs to non HTML resources or embedded resources. Okay, and this is a pattern that you would see in all the transactions. See this now when I have opened this clickfish transaction, you can see this is the web page that we have looked at, and you see this is going to be the main request followed by all the non-HTML resources. Okay, so as I just expand it, I can still see this is the main request followed by the embedded resources, and this is the pattern that you can see in almost in all the transactions, right? Okay, fine. Now now we have recorded. Now how can we validate this, right? How can we validate this? We'll be able to validate this using the check user path. See this? There is a small human icon with a tick symbol. This will allow us to check the user path. Okay, there is a default rule that we have to follow whenever we are going to check the user path, right? As soon as you want to check the user path, the first thing that what we have to do is to click on the advanced and then change the handle cache to new user. Okay, this we are doing this to simulate a new user every time an iteration is, or every time it is executed. Okay, so I'll just click the start checking. This will start executing the transactions one by one, right? You can see this left side, you can see the time, and in the middle you see the actions, which action is getting recorded, replayed, response code that is associated with the actions. We haven't applied any assertions, so there is nothing in this particular part. Okay, it's stuck. Let's see. Should recover. And difference. So once the enhancement, this will give a difference between the recorded and the validation. Okay, let me restart this. So by the time it gets restarts, if anybody has any questions, please shoot.
Yeah, hi, thanks for giving the opportunity. Naveen, my voice is audible to you clearly, right?
Yes, yeah, you're audible.
Here we are planning to, this neural spot is only for, we also record with different types of protocol, right? As you said, GIU, right? SAPGUI, GUI also you can record, right? So in this course,
Right.
what are the protocols involved? I mean, to show in class perspective, this class perspective, which are how many protocol going to be explained? The work
We
methods.
will be only, yes. So as a part of this course is concerned, we will be only looking at HTTP HTML protocol or web. Okay, we are not going to touch base on any other protocol that are that NeoLoad is offered. Okay. For the other protocols that we are still working on some other full-fledged courses that we can see it in the month of October or September. Yes.
This course is going to only the web application, right?
Yes, only web application.
What about API? Web services?
Yes, API we will be touch basing. Yeah, web services we will be doing it. So this is the course content. Okay.
Yeah. So only web services means comes under web services, and what is microservice also will be involved in this part. Either only one web services API.
No, microservices is of different concept, isn't it? In web services, we are going to look into RESTful and SOAP, and we will be looking at REST. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So it seems like the recording which I have done is because of it crashed and did not save. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly record the same flow. Okay. So I'm launching the application. Launch is done. I'll click fish. Click angel fish. Select item. Home page. Now I will stop the recording. Okay. After stopping the record, post recording wizard. Okay. I'm just directly going to go finish. Okay. Now I would want to run this to check the user path validity. I just click this, check a user path. And as I said, we are just going to follow the rule. The rule is, as soon as I click the check user path, I will going to go to the advanced and change it to new user. This is to simulate a new user every time that we are going to check it. Okay. I'll click on start checking. So let's hope this will run this time. Sometimes it crashes due to memory allocation. That is like, yeah. So fine. This seems to be fine now. So fine. Oh, so this is how we'll be able to checking the user path. Okay. So I would like to once again highlight here what we are, the flow what we have is of unauthenticated. That means there is no authentication process involved. So whenever there is a when we have an unauthenticated kind of workflow, it will run without any issue. You may not apply any of the enhancements concepts, or basically correlation is not required. Okay. Fine. So as we progress into more sessions, we will be exploring more into it. In tomorrow's session, we will look into an authenticated workflow, how an authenticated workflow looks, and how one can enhance an authenticated workflow, right? So this is a short demo of a NeoLoad, right? And so I think I have touch based in all the parts. So to learn more about it, please contact this part, and just let me quickly so I think I have covered also. This is the content that we are going to look into. This content will be shared in the group. Okay, I will share it. Okay, right. So to continue more, please contact this number. Yeah.